What up, yo? My name is Johnny Fishsticks, and you are watching the Twitch Affiliate Diaries. Roll the intro. First off, huge thanks to all of you guys that watched week one's video. It's been watched probably 10 times more than I thought it would have been. I didn't know what to expect when I put this out. For all I knew, it was gonna get 20 views and 15 of those were from my mom. And just from the bottom of my heart, thank you. And it's only encouraging me to keep doing this, that this is something that might provide value for other people. So thank you. Week one streams, we had tons of support. We had people that came from these videos over to my Twitch channel, followed the Twitch channel, said hello. I appreciate it, guys. Thank you for coming over and supporting that channel as well. That channel, once again, is twitch.tv/JohnnyFishsticks. Shameless plug. We had new follows, we had new subs, we had gifted subs, and we just had all kinds of support. It was just great. Dig it. Thank you. You know who you are. One of the things that did not go well, and in the end it all worked out, was I got called out for not having sub badges for my subscribers. I still had the purple star, and I got called out for it multiple times last week. So while on stream on Friday night, I think it was, I was like, you know what? I can fix this. So I open up Photoshop, I create my sub badge because I already had the idea, I just never got around to it. Create the sub badge, upload it to Twitch, and 5 minutes after that, they've got sub badges. Once I saw them, I saw that on Twitch Dark, it was a little bit hard to tell that the helmet was what you were getting, and so we re-uploaded it, and now we've got this little guy and a great little sub badge for you guys. Go over to twitch.tv/JohnnyFishsticks, subscribe, and you can get this little sub badge next to your name. That was one of the things that came out of last week's stream that was a negative, turned it into a positive very quickly, and now I've got sub badges, so it's great. Overall, last week's stream, awesome. I also set a schedule, I stayed to my schedule, and that was something that I personally wanted to work on. Instead of just streaming when I'm playing games and go, I'm gonna set a schedule so that people know when I'm gonna go live. And I was late on one day, I apologize, but it's something I'm working on for this year, and that is keeping to the schedule and going forward. Week two, the word for this week is reflect. It's good to look back at where things started or where we came from. And you might recognize the room that I'm in for this video. This is where it started for me. This room, right over there in the corner, I set up a desk, a single PC, and an iPad, and started streaming. I already had video equipment. I already had my photography gear and stuff like that. So I was like, well, I've got lights. I need to be using them. If I'm gonna capture video, I have to use lights. So I set up some lights, I got going, and then I quickly realized that, you know, I could do the green screen. I could do this well. And so I got more of my lights, and we set up a little green screen area. So as you can see in the picture, this is what I set up as. This is the initial streams of Johnny Fishsticks. I then decided I needed Johnny Fishsticks to be a character. Looking back, this is probably not the best idea. This is probably not a succeeding way for me. But I decided, you know what? We're gonna do Johnny Beta, as I call him in this video. Every stream, I wore these goggles. Now, for better or worse, this is who Johnny was. Every time you came into my stream, I was wearing these. You never saw me without these on. Yeah, it was fun for a little bit, but in the end, it probably didn't help grow me as a streamer. And we'll get to that in a second. But then, yikes, I made Johnny 2.0, where we wore this every single stream. Now, on the green screen, it looks sweet. I even put headphones into the side of this helmet, and this is a legit motorcycle helmet. Like, it's got the padding and all kinds of stuff. But this was me. This was my identity. And after doing this for so long, I started to realize that I'm hiding in the mask. I'm hiding behind the shield. I'm not allowing a connection to me. So I switched. I then got the DSLR. I then got the nice lights, and we switched the room around. And my identity from that point was born. It no longer was this helmet. It wasn't this character, but it was me. It was my knowledge, my ideas on how I could do stuff that could connect to me personally. So I found that people that were streaming or that watched my streams could connect to me as someone that kind of knew what they were doing. The face cam quality going from the C920 to the DSLR was night and day. When I added the colored lights behind me, like you can see in the clip over here, I mean, it was just a great atmosphere. It was a great look, and it worked really well for me. And to this day, that's my identity. Just having one of the nicest looking streams that people can watch and appreciate. That takes us to my friend who I mentioned last week. Last week I talked about joining an Extra Life team with a friend, and that friend is MajorLaff. Now he is a streamer on Twitch, a variety streamer, plays a lot of PUBG, does a lot of good things for charity, and he's just a great guy, great streamer. Twitch.tv/MajorLaff. I'm gonna link it below in the details. Go there, follow him, say hello to him, tell him I sent you. But when I started because he was the one that challenged me to do it. He was always telling me, hey, you should stream. You have all the stuff. You can do it. Why don't you do it? And I'm like, I just don't want to bother with it. And then one day I was like, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and hit that start streaming. So I told him I had a surprise for him, and then I hit stream, and there it was. Now, once I started, I immediately started upping that production quality, which then became kind of the challenge back to Major to up his, and we kind of springboarded back and forth between each other. If I added something, he would add something, and then I would add something, and he would add something. We're gonna look at some of Major's first clips on Twitch just to see kind of where he started.
Now there's got to be one left, because he
health.
Knocked.
I'm right here, don't shoot. I just said
shit.
I'm right here.
You better be careful, buddy. We catch you, it's gonna be $100. We catch you, we put you on a plate, we eat you. Now get going. Look at it! Come see it, it's got two big cheeks either side. I'm taking a photo of that.
So as you can see, he started with just the face cam in his room. The audio was pretty bad. It was very echoey. That was one of the first things that I worked with him on as far as improving, is just getting that audio sounding a little cleaner, a little tighter. So we added sound dampening pedals to his room, and then he wanted the green screen when I added mine. So he added that, and I set him up with some lights, and he started streaming like that. And I mean, as you can see, it's just the quality of stuff that he was putting out was great. And let's not forget Henrietta. Probably one of my favorite additions for a Major stream was Henrietta. And every time we'd win a chicken dinner, Henrietta would go up on that screen scared that she was the chicken. Let's look where he is now. Now he's made more improvements since the last videos, and so we're gonna play a couple clips right now to see where he's at now.
He's at the tree, behind the tree at 40.
Yep, I see him. I see him.
Yes! I got him! Excuse me. Exciting. I never get chicken with the shot. Excuse me. Exciting. I never get...
Major gets a little excited. But looking from where he started and where he's gotten to, you have to admit that there's been a progression from early stages to now. Now he has one of the better looking streams on Twitch. It's not as good as mine, but that's... Sorry, Major. Last week, we issued the challenge to go out there and network, to just spend a little time networking and to grow yourself and your community, as well as help others grow theirs. Hopefully it worked out for you. Hopefully there's some success stories out there of what happened during that week. If there are, please put them down in the comments. I'd love to hear how it's working for you, or if something's not working, or if you're still struggling with that. Throw a comment down below. Find me on Twitter, send me a message, find me on Twitch. Just somehow get a hold of me. Let me know it's either working or it's not, or you're struggling with something, and I would love to be able to help you out in that aspect. For week 2, the challenge is going to be reflect. I want you to go back to some of your early clips and kind of watch them and enjoy them. See where you came from. If you've been streaming for 6 months, a year, 2 years, whatever, it'll be great to see where you started and where you are now. It not only is a learning experience, but it's just fun to see how we've grown. Then I want you to go back to maybe the last stream you did, or 2 streams ago. And I want you to watch the VOD. You don't have to watch the whole thing. If you want, I encourage you to do that. Look back at these things, see if there's things that you did that maybe you could improve on, and work on that for the next week. Make a mental note that I'm gonna do this in my next stream. If, let's say, the person comes into chat, they say hello, and you were really intense in a game, and 10 minutes later you see the message and you speak out. Following week, let's make mental notes to be checking chat to make sure that if someone comes in to say hello, that we acknowledge them. Now, it doesn't have to be instant, but if it starts to drag out to 10 minutes, maybe that person's not going to stay around. Maybe they're not going to want to be in your stream for that long. For me, going back through some of my streams, there was one instance where a streamer called Anthony Kongphan was doing a shout crash event with HP by Omen, or Omen by HP. What he would do is he would, on the Omen by HP Twitch channel, go into different streamers' streams that had a special hashtag that you had to put in, and he would just start watching your stream, and when he was watching it, he would shout crash your match. So he would shoutcast. And he currently had about 10,000 people watching that channel. Well, he picked my stream and he came into my stream. And when he did, this is what happened.
Donnie.
These guys are gonna be behind us too.
Donnie. Notifications, man. It's too much. Donnie, please.
Drop down here.
It's too much, man. It's too loud. It's too much, man. It's too loud.
So that happened during my stream. My alerts were just going crazy because people were following, people were commenting, but I couldn't figure out how to turn off the alerts. They just wouldn't turn off. And so one of the things that I made a kind of a checklist for me is I had to learn how, in a moment's notice, turn off those alerts. And so now I have a way where I can mute my alerts, or I can turn them off, or I can hide them, or whatever I need to do to be able to not have that situation happen again, because for a lot of people, it was just too much. One of the other things was my alert was huge, and so it took up the entire screen. And during this match, that was all people could see was my alerts. Now, it was great that I was getting follows, but at the same time, it turned off a lot of people because that was all they saw was this one alert, this one song just continually going and going and going. One of the great things that happened during this stream was Anthony decided that one of my lights that were in the background was a dancer's pole, and he started dancing.
Alco TV, I'm some guy, Z Patrick, Montana 1971, Ewoks Glock, KMM Kate, Zetsubu.
Now that was one of those times where I needed to take that clip and kind of network market myself. I posted a clip and that was it. That was done. But there was an opportunity there that I could have taken. Maybe I could have contacted him about it, or maybe I could have put it out onto some Clipset like collection stuff online. Just put it out there, market myself, because I've got a great looking stream. And so that was one of the things that when I look back at my streams, I look back at this and I think, you know, I definitely could have done it better. I could have done something different. And so that was a good learning experience for me. I learned, one, I gotta mute my alerts if stuff like this happens. I have to make my alerts smaller so it doesn't take up the whole screen while I'm doing a game. And then also, I just need to network myself. Back to week 1, network. This was an opportunity where I could have networked a lot better than I did. And for that, I didn't gain a lot of growth from this, where I probably could have. I could have taken this and ran with it for a little while. You might be asking me, why are you asking me to go back into streams? Well, Winston Churchill once said, and I know he's paraphrasing another quote, but let's not get into that. And I'm going to read it here. Those who fail to learn from history are doomed to repeat it. We can apply it to our jobs, we can apply it to our streams, we can apply it to our friendships, but if we don't go back and learn from our mistakes in our streams, we'll make it again. So I want you guys to go back in your streams. I want you to watch one, learn from it, analyze it, see where you made a mistake, see where you can grow from it, and next week work on those things. And let's work on making Twitch just a great community for all of us. So next week, go through your clips, go through your old streams, analyze them, take the time, learn something from them, work on them in your following streams. Let me know maybe something that you notice that you're not doing, and work on that going forward. As always, I thank you guys for watching this video. Hopefully you found some of the information helpful. If you did, like it below, subscribe if that is your thing, and I would appreciate that as well, because that's only going to build the confidence for me to grow this channel. If people are watching and people are interacting, if you guys have questions, put them down in the comments below. Find me in Twitch chat, find me on Twitter, wherever. Find me, send me a message, let me know what you're thinking, what you're needing, and I will be back next week, next Thursday, for week 3 of the Twitch Affiliate Diaries. And remember, there might be a special Tuesday episode of this channel. You might just have to check. Remember, be proud of what you are creating, because it is awesome. Everything that we are doing is fun. So with that, I'm out. You guys have a great one. Peace.